The next day of days went by, just fine and normal, until the same male, Bakugo, was back. This time he was by himself. He didn't know, but he looked to be looking for something. He walked on the dock, sat down, and began to look at. You were confused, but swam under the dock and poked your head out so you could hear anything he decided to say. God, I'm fucking crazy. Your ears perked up. What was he talking about? You thought. That was when he threw in a rock. It was small, a pebble even. But I swear I've seen that thing before. His legs were dangling off of the dock, and you had a cruel idea. You slightly brushed your hand on his leg. He jumped, and you quickly went under as he looked under the dock. You giggled. Once he was back to looking straight ahead, you popped your head out. You! He gasped when he saw you. Sorry, I couldn't help, you giggled. And don't fucking scare me like that, again, you extra. He spat, and you paused. Wait, say that again? You moved closer. Extra? He wondered. Katsuki! You tried jumping onto him. He ended up falling back. You were hugging him. He was confused as shit. What was this random person doing? You then pulled away. Don't you remember me, Katsuki? You asked with a smile. What? He asked, and you gasped and moved away. Oh, you're not my Katsuki, are you? You teared. What are you talking about? He asked as he sat up. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were my Katsuki when I saw you that day. You were about to go back in, but you heard him. Wait. You were the one who saved me? You looked back. Yeah, I thought it was you since you had a redhead with you. You spoke, turning to him. Shitty here? He asked. Wait, that was the same name he gave his redhead. You gasped as you went closer. You do look an awful lot like him. You looked at his features, every one of them, tilting your head to see them, his face turning into one of pissed. Are you done? He asked. You quickly moved back. Sorry. But what the fuck did you mean by I look like him? He spat. You sighed. Well, that's literally what I mean. You look like him. No difference. You spoke, crossing your arms, huffing after. God, you're annoying. He held his face. Oh, really? You're really dumb. You spat. Dumb? He looked pissed. Oh, I guess you don't know what you look like him means, do you? You looked at him. You looked away from him. You could hear him growl. I came here to get answers. Like, why the hell do I look like I've seen you before? He spat. You looked over, confused but still angry. What? I haven't seen you in my life. You huffed, turning away from him. He groaned. What the... Anyways, it's just I don't do this with everyone. He sighed. But I had dreams of a mermaid like you. She was a part of the moon or whatever. You then looked at him. She would move water like it was nothing. He had a blush on his face. Wait, like control? You tilted your head. He looked at you, confused. You then looked to the water, your hand moving to lift the water and play with it, in the air around the two of you, making butterflies flap and then turning them into dragons. All I remember was flying through the air on a dragon. You smiled, putting the water back. But that's really it, kind of. Your arms then lowered, and I made a sacrifice. Your face fell. Sorry, I think I need to go. You spoke. You didn't let him say a word as you went back in, going to where you called home. Though Bakugo was confused, he swears he's talked to you before. He didn't say it, but you looked magical. Your hair didn't even look wet when you two were talking. It waved as if nothing was making it, even if there was no wind at all. Your hair looked as if there was no tangles at all. Your eyelashes were normal, but the ends they were turned white and looked to have water frozen on them. Just thinking of you, it made his heart beat. What was this feeling? He couldn't be because he's in love, right? He wondered what kind of spell did you put him in. He's heard tales of sirens, but they sang and he was close enough where you could have eaten him. He got up and walked back to Ware's class and was staying for the summer. He really wished he had talked to you more and figured what these memories or dreams were. He swears he's seen you before, but in her arms was a little girl. He just wondered, so he didn't answer any questions coming his way and just went to his room. Meanwhile, with you had been playing with the water. You wanted to grow your power. You wanted to make sure you were strong, but you couldn't keep him out of your mind. Every time you tried to move the water into an object, it would be him. You had started to pull your hair. It was just so irritating. You wanted to get stronger, not have something be in the way. So you stopped and just lied down on a rock. You sighed, wanting to do something different. You could feel something nibble the fins of your tail, so you looked down to see a fish. "What's up, buddy?" you asked as it came to you. What? Okay." You smiled. "Show me." It moved away and you followed after it. It went under some big rocks and then you saw a castle. It was submerged. Same with the houses. It would have looked so pretty if not submerged. The castle looked to be made out of marble. The fish swam into the castle, going through hallway after hallway. Rubble all over the floor. Until you came to a room. It was pure white. The broken stained glass, crystals all over the place. And in the middle was a hole that led down. The fish swam down into the hole, so you followed. It was getting darker and darker. But then a glow came. It was a mixture of pinks, purples, and blues. You came to a room where a crown made of seashells, crystals, and possibly other things stood there underwater like nothing. It was in perfect condition compared to the whole kingdom. It was destroyed, having rumble on the ground. The fish stopped right at the ground. "What do you want me to do? It's not mine." You smiled at the fish. "What?" you asked, then looked at the crown. You thought for some time, and then your hands lightly picked it up. You looked at it, wondering why this fish was telling you it's yours. You've never seen it before in your life. So you placed it on your head, and you looked around, then to the fish. "See? Nothing." You then placed it down before